Hi guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to talk about WebSphere application server operating system installation. So in this video, we are going to install the operating system which is required for you to run WebSphere. So now that I hope that you have downloaded and installed VMware Workstation Player, you have downloaded the ISO file. So it's time to use the ISO file and the VMware Workstation Player. Please open the VMware Workstation Player. You will not see the similar infrastructure. What you will see is these three options in front of you. So click on Create a new virtual machine. Now, the moment you clicked on the new virtual machine, you should see a pop-up like this. So this pop-up, as you can see, has options like typical, custom. So select the typical option and then click on next. So this pop-up will enable you to install the ISO file which you have downloaded for CentOS. I'm pretty sure that this is the ISO file you would have downloaded. So you just click on browse, go to the ISO file location and open that. Now you don't have to extract or open this ISO in any different way. The only way you can open the ISO successfully and install the operating system out of it using this method. So after this, you will see this option where after CentOS version 5, all everything installed using something called EC install. EC install is an option which is enabled by VMware to automatically configure most of the items. So you will see some extra options. If you don't want EC install, click on I will install operating system later, and then you can mount the ISO image in a different way. But we are okay to proceed in this way. Click on next option. Here you give full name as VAS user, and a username as VAS user, password as VAS user, password as VAS user. It is industry standard that we will use VAS user everywhere across all production non-prod servers. Also, click on next. Here you have the virtual machine getting created, and this is the path which is going to install. Do change the path. Do not leave it on the default location. Create a folder where you have enough disk space in a different partition and use that partition. I have selected this partition for holding the virtual machine. So here I will create something called VAS 9. F9. So this way I will be holding my WebSphere based operating system in this location, and this will be the virtual machine name. So once you have created this, click on next. Now here we need at least 30 GB for your softwares and all the WebSphere application related items to be kept at a set time simultaneously. I would recommend you go for 35 GB of a disk space. Now it will be split across multiple files for easy transfer. Click on next. You can also give 50 GB if you have enough disk space. There will be no problem at all. 50-60 GB can also be given if you want to hold WebSphere application server, patches, plugins, IHS, and all the related components of WebSphere. You can hold it in 50 GB space. So you can have the option of giving how much ever space you need. Click on next. Here click on customize a hardware before you proceed. In this way we can actually increase the amount of RAM which is given for this system, the number of processors which is given for this system. Close. I've increased the CPU. I've increased the RAM to 4.3 GB. After this you can close it. Click on finish. This will turn on your virtual machine and get it to the boot page. Let me share the virtual machine. 1 second, I'm sharing the virtual machine. Yeah, so you can see that the virtual machine is booting currently. The boot of the virtual machine is in progress. So this would take some time. I will pause the video and I will unpause it once the some screen comes in. After a few minutes, it's asking you for options over here, where you have to select your language and which part of the world you are currently in. So I'm going to select India, and I'm going to select English. After this, it should ask you for the installation direct destination. So this is where you need to align your partitions accordingly. So click on this and then say, there are two options over here. You can select it automatic or custom. If you select custom, you can decide on your how your partitions will be defined. So click on done. So select this, click on done. It should actually show you this screen. So if it goes back to the home screen, come back again and click on done, and you should see this option. So here, select standard partition or logical volume. So I would recommend logical volume, and then you see that this is total space. Then click on done. Okay, so here it's not letting you click on done because you need to select the partition. So you can see that it is asking you to accept changes. Click on accept changes. So select it again. Click on done. Select the partition again. Click on done. And you should see this option by clicking this create them automatically, and then you should see the different partitions. So your 30 GB has gone to slash partition, so you can have any number of data on this. You have 3.5 GB as swap partition. This is basically your virtual memory in Windows. It's called swap. And slash boot partition has 1 GB in it. So this is how you can divide the partition. There is still 1 more GB available. You can see that. You can also select it over here as 31 GB, and then this 31 GB, and then you can see that this total space will reduce once you click somewhere else. I'm sorry, this is not changing. Okay, it's not allowing you to make use of that 0.5 GB in this one, which needs to be available. So just click on done. So you should have your partition created, accept changes, and this is ready. So now go to root password, give the root password as web user. PAS user. Root password as PAS user, and then click on done, and then it will say, are you sure you want to use this password? Click on done again. So this should get your root password set. So you see here server with GUI. So click the first option or do not select anything because other options are not valid for us. So select done. Click on begin install. So this will take some time for you to complete the installation. Let me pause the video and pause it once it completes. You can see now the installation is completed. It says reboot system. So when you click on that, it's going to reboot the system. So give it a little while for it to come back up, and then we'll log into the system and we will do the further troubleshooting or installation process. Thank you so much for watching this video.